Hello beautiful soul, my name is Jackie Lane from peachyhealth.co.uk. I empower women to live juicier lives by choosing self-love on all levels. And today I wanted to talk about veganism. I want to try and change this whole vegan thing because I feel like there is such a negative vibe around veganism, and I don't even want to be talking about this. I want to just try and start changing it, but I do feel that it's important for me to kind of explain this because I've been an idiot really, and I've kind of watched other vegans and how they've been kind of attacked and ridiculed and assumed that that's what's going to happen to that is what is going to happen to me. So I've been on the defensive before anything's really even happened, and I've actually manifested that happening because of the way I've gone into it with this defensive kind of attitude and energy. And I really want to change that because it's not about being wrong or right. I don't care about being wrong or right. I just want to help people. I just want to help animals, and I want to help this planet. And there's a lot of articles out there trying to deter you from being vegan, and one of this type of article that was brought to my attention again not long ago. One of my friends posted an article about the fact that if everybody was on a vegan diet, then loads of mice and things would die because of the ways of farming, and pesticides would kill all these like beings. And the point really is that every person who is vegan doesn't really want the same type of farming that we've got now. We're wanting to have organic farming, smaller local farms, and there are so many people, pioneers out there who are addressing these types of issues with veganism and with like farming and how we go about it. And I feel that it's really unfair to have articles that are basically saying, oh right, if you go vegan then you're actually harming more sentient beings than you are if you were to eat meat. Because for instance, if you have 20 cows in a field and you're a meat eater, then it's just those 20 cows that are going to die. But if that field was being used for crops and harvested in the way and controlled and harvested in the way that they are now, then more mice than cows would die. And I just find this really upsetting because it's basically saying, okay, so don't bother going vegan then. When really what this should be doing is highlighting an issue and empowering people to be more vegan and think of ways around this. And there are many people out there who are thinking of ways around these types of things and these types of arguments and points that are being drawn to our attention. But many of these articles are trying to portray it in a way as if to say, well, don't bother being vegan then. And I find that really sad. And they're pointing out the fact that many vegans have changed their mind because of this situation. And I just want to say that for me, one of the things about being vegan is about finding new ways or going back to old ways of farming and not mass producing things. And obviously, like, if everyone was vegan, this might be difficult to do, and these are things that we need to find ways around, and people are finding ways around it. Sorry, the cat that I'm looking after is just like being really silly on the windowsill. It's really distracting. So these aren't the only, that's not the only kind of article that I've seen, and I find it very disheartening that people, I don't know, take on board things like that without actually looking into it and without thinking it through and without finding out more about it. They just assume that that's the way it is, and so they stop being vegan and they go back to eating meat. Like, two wrongs don't make a right, okay? So like, yeah, okay, either one is bad, so let's kind of not do either rather than go back to doing one of them. So there's this whole negative thing around being vegan, and I find it really disheartening, and I want to try and change it and show people that it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be a negative thing where you're being attacked and having people ridicule you and make you feel stupid. I've done so much research. I've researched the Western price diet, I've researched the paleo diet. I tried the paleo diet for a short while, but I just can't eat meat, so it's just not gonna happen. And I was basically on the paleo diet but not eating meat. I was just eating fish, which isn't really the paleo diet. I was pescatarian for quite a while, and now I am fully pretty much vegan, or I like to say plant-based diet, because occasionally, not that I have in the last 9 months, but I'm not saying I'll never eat an egg, because I might eat an egg at some point. I just want veganism to be a positive thing and not something that we have to battle with. And I appreciate that a lot of people don't agree that it's the best way forward. From the research I've done and from my own experience and from experience with clients and from my own intuition through meditation, I don't see a better way forward than veganism. And there's been so many comments and questions put to me about it. There is an answer for them, for all these questions, and I'm not the only person that has these answers. And it's great that people are asking questions, but I really please just ask them nicely. Maybe one of the reasons that's come back at me is because I've put that out there and I've been defensive because I've been expecting that because of what I've seen elsewhere. And actually it doesn't have to be like that. I can just give you information and you can make up your own mind. And hopefully, because there is a global awakening going on at the moment and the collective consciousness is rising and changing, and these things are now becoming part of the collective, and soon enough people are going to cotton on to what's going on in the world and the deeper levels of it. It's not just about your diet and losing weight. It's got nothing really to do with weight, in my opinion, when it comes to choosing to be vegan. Veganism is about not choosing to be part of animal cruelty in any way. So that goes for clothes and food and as much as you can lifestyle. And this is something which I am changing in my life gradually, and I'm slowly changing my makeup, I'm slowly changing my shoes and clothes and jackets and things like that to be vegan and to support the animals. And diet is just one aspect of that, and there's many more reasons than just diet and weight to go vegan. Obviously the health benefits are amazing, but more than that, it is about the planet and it is about the animals. But even more than that, on a spiritual level, it's about being true to yourself on a soul level. And there's been some amazing things pointed out which I've seen on Facebook about, okay, well, if we were supposed to eat meat, then why do we have to cook it? If we're like every other animal, like every other omnivore, why would we then have to cook the meat? Wouldn't we have claws and teeth so we could catch it without having to use tools? Also, really, if you had to kill a cow or a pig or a chicken, if you had to do that, you would probably feel really sad about it. And you don't see a lion or any other meat-eating animal having a conscience about eating meat. And it just made me question, well, hang on a minute, we're not really built to eat meat. We've got straight, flat teeth. We don't have canines. We don't have big claws. We can't really eat it raw unless it's really, really good quality. And yeah, like, we feel bad about killing animals. Really innately, deep down, we feel bad about killing another being. We have a conscience, we're conscious of that. So we're different from other animals in that respect. And that makes me think, well, we're not really designed to eat meat unless we have to for survival. In my opinion, we can eat meat if we have to, but ideally we wouldn't. And I really do believe it is a programmed belief system that we need meat to get protein and you need to eat meat. Just like in other countries, they eat cats and dogs and guinea pigs. In the UK, you wouldn't dream of doing that. You think that's wrong and you think that's strange, but those people are told those animals have certain benefits for them and that it's normal for them to eat them. So can't you see that just as those people are programmed by their society, we've been programmed by ours, and who's to say a cow or a pig or a sheep isn't as important as a cat or a dog or whatever? I just think that if you question and you truly ask your heart, you know, would you kill an animal to just for the sake of eating it? Because that's effectively what you're doing at the moment. You're not killing it because you're not consuming it because you need to survive. It's because you like the taste of it, and it's because that's what you've been told to do. And really, if you ask yourself and you take some time to meditate on it and question yourself about it, I don't really know any human being that would choose to kill another living being just for the sake of it. And obviously, like, if you are in a tribe and you live out in the sticks and you don't have supermarkets full of plant-based foods, then obviously it's a way of survival. And that animal has been in its natural habitat and it's healthy, you know, it's eaten the right food, it's not been pumped full of crap, it's had a really good life in its natural habitat. That's how it should be if you're going to eat meat. So to me, it just seems like, well, you don't have to in this day and age, in the UK, in Australia, in America, like North America, you don't have to eat meat. So why choose to believe that you need it when you don't? There's many vegans. They are thriving on that way of life, and I really do think it's your beliefs. It's whatever you believe, and you can change your beliefs. You can change what you believe. Like, you can change your beliefs around money, you can change your beliefs around anything. So you can change your beliefs around meat, and you can choose to believe that you don't need it and retrain your brain and start new neuro pathways, and that will be your new reality. And everyone always says, oh, in an ideal world we'd all eat, you know, local produce, but it's, you know, it's too expensive or whatever. But an ideal world can be yours right now. You can choose that. If you're not eating meat so often, then you'll be saving money. So if you are going to eat meat, use that money that you've saved from not eating it every day to buy decent organic, free range or grass fed, whatever, meat, and you know, give thanks for it and be grateful and whatever. But personally, I feel it's quite hypocritical to sit there eating meat that someone else has killed for you when you know that you couldn't. It would make you very sad to kill that animal yourself. And I just think if you couldn't do that, then don't eat meat, because there are other ways, and there's other ways of getting protein, and there's other ways of living. You don't have to eat meat. And really my point on this video, I've rambled on about things, but my main point is that veganism it isn't a bad thing. It's just people trying to do their best for this planet, for the animals, and for the people. So just be open to it and ask yourself what is true for you, and open up to this way, because it's brilliant, and I would happily help anybody who is looking to come onto this path. So contact me if it's something you desire. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a healthy day, and remember to keep it juicy.